Hello, Virgo, and welcome to your yearly Zodiac reading for the year of 2020. Virgo, to say that you are a perfectionist would not be a perfect enough description of you. That's because there is so much more to you. Yes, you are highly analytical and a perfectionist, sometimes to an extreme, but that's only because you're someone who believes in always putting your best foot forward. And what's wrong with that? You can be opinionated and you have no trouble speaking your mind, but you're also willing to engage in an open conversation. You are helpful to anyone who needs your assistance. You can be a bit nitpicky at times, but you're also extremely generous and giving of your time, your knowledge, and your resources. You have an excellent sense of humor, and you put people at ease with your genial matter. Even when you don't agree with someone or enduring warmth and charm mean that you can get along with pretty much anyone. Even if you are an opposing side of argument, no matter how worldly you are, there's always an innocence and purity about you, which can be quite beguiling. This year, these qualities will come in handy and will allow you to advance in both your professional and personal goals. Now, let's look at the love side of your year 2020, Virgo. At the core of love for Virgo is the perennial need to feel safe. Ironically, to find that sacred place, one must first be vulnerable, and Virgo people are not found out feeling that way at all. Rarely expressive, you rarely express your deepest feelings except when you have reached a certain level of trust and intimacy in a relationship. But the catch is that getting there can be a rocky path. You are just as methodical in approaching love as you are in the way you approach everything else in life. You may have a set way of seeking out or maintaining a love relationships, but you have to learn to be more open and flexible in your ways, or you could wind up alone for long periods of time. Trust comes fairly slowly to you, so any potential partner needs to be patient and reassuring in order to build your confidence and get you to open up. But once that happens, you are in for the long haul. You are drawn to connection that is safe, steady, and predictable. This year, single Virgo people may need to work more on opening up. You need to try to feel trusting if it does not come naturally to you. You can trust until there is a reason not to trust, but that may be hard for you. If you can rise to the level of being more open and more giving and revealing of how you feel, you could meet a special someone by the end of the year. But you are not someone who moves quickly, so the relationship may need some time to stabilize in order to give you the sense of security and stability you crave. If you are attached, the same applies. You can improve your bond with your significant other this year by working at being vulnerable, sharing more of what you think and feel, and by being more flexible in the way you are in your relationship. But all of this is certainly possible, and the energies throughout 2020 will be helpful in that regard. Now let's look at the family section of your year 2020, Virgo. In all of your relationships, including family and friends, you're often the one that others turn to first when there is a problem to be solved, as this is something at which you excel. This often opens up the way for a great bond of trust and reliability, and everyone appreciates knowing there is someone that they can lean on. You are bound by tradition, enjoying the sense of family closeness and the same experiences year after year that keep you connected to those you love. You are highly dedicated and nurturing to your family, and you are the one who will always look after an elderly family member or a relative who needs care and attention. You're also inclined to have long-time friends who become like family over time. This year, there may be a big and exciting event connected to your family life. This could be something like fun-filled and spectacular wedding, or perhaps the birth of a new family member. There may also be some excitement connected to a family enterprise, which will thrill you to no end. The question of a change of residence may have a huge impact on your family life this year, and although there may be some conflict over this, it should all work out in a way that makes everyone happy. But this conclusion may take some time to resolve. Despite some tribulations that you may experience this year, overall Virgo, this can be a very gratifying year for you where your family and home life is concerned. Now let's look at the career section of your 2020 Virgo. As anyone who knows you might guess, you have an impeccable work ethic. You are systematic and highly organized. You are practical and reasonable when it comes to risk taking. You are hardworking and consistent, and with your analytical nature, you are great at assessing what needs to be done to safeguard success in any work related situation. You are also quite good at figuring out the source of problem and solving the problem. Because of your desire to do things your own way, you're probably happiest in a situation where you are in management position or running your own thing. Because you may have a tendency to be frugal, you will never authorize impractical spending. So your work-related finances are always under control and properly managed, wasting nothing. The downside of this is that you may be perceived as cheap, but if you work on balancing this out and see that sometimes spending is essential to making forward motion in business, you will strike the right balance which will work out great in the end. This year, Virgo, you may have some opportunities come your way that are not conventional. This may give you cause for pause because you simply don't like big risks. If you if you analyze this carefully, you shall see that these chances are generally pretty safe, and with the right framework, you can find imminent success. There may be also a question of error in your budget, which probably didn't happen under your watch. You will become suspicious, but odds are that you will find this was just a clerical error. Overall, you can make steady progress with consistent hard work, which you are surely capable of. However, you would do well to recognize that all work and no play too much of the time can drag you down and make you less productive in the long run. And that would be unacceptable to you. Thank you for listening, Virgo. I wish you a blessed and prosperous year ahead.